Whether he's playing the Man of Steel or slaying monsters as Geralt or Rivia, Henry Cavill makes our hearts beat a little faster. Meanwhile, he's raking in the cash and spending it generously and loving every minute of it. Henry Cavill started out in acting when he was just 16 years old when he was an extra for the movie Proof of Life, starring Russell Crowe. After getting some advice from Crowe, Henry skipped college and dove in headfirst into his acting career. Since then, he has become quite successful. He went from playing sidekicks, brothers, and best friends to leading movies. We love him as Superman and can't get enough of him in The Witcher. As with any A-list celebrity, he's compensated quite nicely. Henry has some extra motivation for getting work, and it's not just to build his resume. He loves money. Henry told Man of the World magazine that the money is a big reason that he works so much because it's fantastic. He loves spending money on friends, family, and himself. Henry has definitely spoiled himself when it comes to his lavish lifestyle. The most important thing for him is to have a comfortable place to call home. He grew up with high standards. Henry grew up in Jersey. No, not that Jersey near New York. Henry grew up on one of the largest Channel Islands in the United Kingdom. Jersey has a mix of British and French cultures, which is why his childhood home is called Les Écluses. That's right, Henry grew up in a historic mansion overlooking the Vallée des Vaux in his formative years. It was built in 1870 and has a lot of history, especially World War II history. In 2016, the mansion went up for sale for $5.1 million. In 2013, Henry made headlines when he bought a secluded mansion in Hollywood for $5.5 million. The home is secluded and private, giving Henry a chance to escape the hustle and bustle of La La Land. It's located in the remote area of Lake Sherwood, and it's only 20 minutes away from Hollywood. What's interesting about the home is that it also has a futuristic look, like it's directly from planet Krypton and Superman. Looks like Henry found his perfect fortress of solitude when he's working in Hollywood. In 2018, Henry made South Florida his home in the United States. Well, his home as well as his dog, Cal. Henry has been seen around the Fort Lauderdale and Miami area and even has unintentionally photobombed people taking selfies. But the mystery here is that not much is known about Henry's South Florida home. But given that Florida mansions are pretty expensive, it's safe to say that he probably spent quite a lot of money. These days, Henry is living in a stable. Stay with me here. He's not living in poverty, that's for sure. While he was on The Rich Eisen show, Henry was asked about his man cave, and he admitted that he's living in a mews house in the South Kensington neighborhood of London. For those who don't know, a mews house is a stable or carriage with living quarters above them. Henry is insistent that it's not a barn, but a stable, so be sure to get it right. It's a smaller property with a small living room. He definitely considers his stable to be home, and he once told GQ magazine that often he would rather be home playing video games in shorts and a t-shirt while eating tortilla chips. Henry is definitely living the dream. When Henry's not working on set or playing video games at home, he's driving around in style. Unsurprisingly, he's a huge fan of cars. Cars and motorcycles are a major expense in his budget. He loves cool cars and has become quite the car aficionado. Henry also enjoys car-related events like the Goodwood Motor Circuit. He is reported to own 9 cars and 2 Italian motorcycles. Let's take a look at them. Henry's first expensive car purchase was an Aston Martin DBS, which he bought with his first big paycheck from acting. Since the car is worth over $300,000, that must have been a nice paycheck. For you James Bond fans, this car is also a favorite for the fictional Agent 007. Henry admitted that he was really excited when he realized that this car was in his budget. He also said that he's gotten it up to 180 on the Autobahn. Another car in Henry's collection is quite coveted. The Ferrari 458 Spider, valued at over $263,000, is on the wish list for many car enthusiasts, and since Henry likes to push on the gas when driving, this car is perfect for him. Henry also has a McLaren MP412C, which is a British supercar that can push over 600 horsepower. Fast and British? Henry probably found a kindred spirit in this car. Henry has a few Bentleys in his collection as well. He has a Bentley Continental S and a Bentley Bentayga. When you're making big paychecks like Henry, you definitely have the budget to get a few Bentleys. The Bentley Continental S has a V8 engine, which gives him luxury and speed, and priced at over $200,000. The Bentayga is an SUV, and since Henry is about 6'1", it's probably a much more comfortable vehicle than some of his smaller performance cars, priced at around $160,000. Speaking of paychecks, Henry has also splurged on your typical rich people cars like a Rolls-Royce Wraith priced at $330,000, a Mercedes-Benz E-Class at over $55,000, and and a Cadillac XTS ranging around $73,000. The Cadillac is an interesting choice given that it's large and luxurious and not known for speed. Many have speculated that Henry uses this car when a chauffeur is driving and he's in the back seat, which makes total sense. Finally, a unique car in his collection is a Peugeot 306 GTI. Many believe that this was Henry's car before he made it big, but it definitely isn't a piece of junk. And of course, Henry has two Ducati motorcycles, a Ducati X Diavel S, which is priced between $20,000 and $26,000, and a Ducati Panigale V4S priced around $30,000. Henry is quite the fan of the Italian brand. In August 2018, he graced the cover of Men's Journal with a cherry red Ducati while holding Cal, which has inspired him to plan his own motorcycle road trip. He's also looking into buying a Multistrada Enduro bike for the trip. You can bet that one of those motorcycles is in Henry's South Florida home. Clearly, his car and motorcycle purchases are only going to grow from here. You've heard me mention that Henry is a bit of a gamer, but when I say he's a gamer, he's really a gamer. He doesn't recreationally play video games. He's quite skilled and has played tons of different games, and believe it or not, The Witcher is one of his favorites. In fact, before the show was a possibility, Henry thought that The Witcher would make a great movie or TV series. Talk about predicting your future. Henry has been quoted saying that he finds gaming much more fun than going out. But gamers do more than just play games, they also want an immersive experience, which can cost a lot of money. At this stage of the game, it's no surprise that Henry has invested quite a lot of money for a better gaming experience. But he's not just writing checks and picking up his gaming PCs from the store, he builds his own equipment. In July 2020, Henry uploaded a video of himself building his own gaming PC. Not only was he showing off his tech skills, but also giving tutorials. Some of the most notable pieces in his gaming console is the ever-rare and ever-expensive NVIDIA RTX 3090 video card, which costs around $1,500. That is 3 times more expensive than the PS5. A powerful video card also needs powerful and sturdy hardware and monitors to support it. Those who have looked at Henry's setup have estimated that it costs anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000. In the midst of all of his success, Henry doesn't take anything for granted. He isn't shy about buying whatever he likes, whether it's a new house or first-class airline tickets around the world. He's enjoying his fame and fortune while it lasts. Did you know that Henry likes painting Warhammer miniatures? Even though he's splurging on his lavish lifestyle, he does enjoy the simpler things in life. This was one of his favorite hobbies while in quarantine. Yes, he's truly a geek. Compared to all of the other expensive things he buys, paying a few bucks for plastic miniatures, brushes, and paint is rather endearing. That's all, everyone. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for more amazing videos from the richest.